how to get back in shape after 50. If you're over 50 years old, maybe you were in great shape one time in your life and you're just having a hard time, I'm going to go through a whole program and routine and protocols that you can follow. They're going to get you feeling good and get you back in shape in no time. Hello everyone, my name is Mike Cola and I've been a fitness trainer and gym owner for over 25 years. And if this is your first time here and you really want to improve your fitness, health, and nutrition along with me, hit the subscribe button along with the bell indicator so you never miss one of my videos. Okay, let's get right on topic. Let's talk about how do you get back in shape after 50. Okay, I'm 56 years old, but I've been working out my whole life. I've been a fitness trainer, for so many years. But let's do this in more of a case study. Let's say I get a 50-year-old man or woman comes to my gym. They want to really improve their health. Maybe they were in great shape in college or in high school years ago. They've gradually put on weight every year. They're maybe 20, 30 pounds overweight. They have low energy. Maybe their cholesterol is a little bit high. They got some aches and pains here and there. Let's go over a whole routine, fitness routine that I would recommend to them that get them back feeling great. Okay, first of all, let's talk about your cardiovascular system. Like, what are the best type of cardio workouts you can do to have a strong, healthy heart and cardiovascular system? Well, there's two workouts that I really recommend, and they're really easy to do. I like short, hard cardio workouts, and then I like long, easy cardio workouts. And let's map it out. Okay, why do I like short? Short, hard cardio is the type of workouts that's going to increase your VO2 max. Now, what does VO2 max mean? VO2 max stands for your maximum oxygen consumption. Okay, like when you're in amazing shape, you can burn more oxygen, you can burn more calories, you can work out at a higher level of intensity. Okay, now short, hard, high intensity workouts are great for increasing VO2 max. Maybe you've heard of HIIT or HIIT, high intensity type training. You can do that with weights or with aerobics, but let's go through exactly what I mean by a short, high intensity workout. I like about a 12-minute time duration. Okay, let's say that you get on a bicycle. Okay, let's say you're on a stationary bike like a life cycle. First of all, I recommend pedaling easy for about a minute just to warm the body up. And then you want to ramp up the intensity for the next 4 or 5 minutes. And I like this, I like that classic formula, maximum heart rate, 220, you take 220 and minus your age, and that gives you your maximum heart rate. So if you're 50, your maximum heart rate is 170, but you want to work at a percentage of that. Say by the end of that 5 minutes, you want to be about 85% of your max heart rate, okay? Then you want to start those high, short intensity type intervals. And then you want to go really hard for 30 seconds, almost maximal effort, then go easy for 30 seconds, and you can do that just 5 times. That'll put you at maybe the 10-minute, 11-minute mark, and then you're going to just cool down for 1 minute. That's a great, short, high-intensity aerobic workout. And I would recommend doing this anywhere between once or twice a week. Obviously, if you're really out of shape, just take it easy. Your heart's going to go up there pretty quickly. Go about 90% effort. Okay, now the other type of workout I love are those long, easy aerobic workouts. This is what I call like non-responsive when it comes to your orthopedic stress. I mean, you can do this as often as you can. I would recommend you doing it at least twice a week if you can. Just take a long, easy walk. Take a 45-minute to an hour long walk. I personally walk 2 hours once every 3 or 4 days. That's my long, easy aerobic workout. And I like that formula, your max aerobic heart rate, which is 180. A famous PhD named Phil Maffetone came up with this. You take 180 and you minus your age. Okay, so once again, if you're 50 years old, it would be 180 minus 50, that's 130. You don't want your heart rate to ever go above 130 for the long, easy aerobic part of the workout. Now, this is going to build an aerobic base. It's going to make you a fat burner. Plus, it's just like meditating when you're walking. It just feels so good. The endorphins get going. It's a great thing to do. Okay, that's the aerobic component of this program. Okay, now the next part of the program is you have to do some type of resistance training. I like full body resistance workouts maybe twice per week. They don't have to be very long. They could be 20 to 30 minutes if you have access to a gym, but you haven't been in a gym for a really long time. I really recommend just doing the circuit. You warm up first. Maybe you do a little bit of, maybe you get on the rowing machine, you do 2-3 minutes of rowing. And then you literally can just follow a machine circuit. Leg extension, leg curl, leg press, bench press, row, maybe, fly. You pretty much go around that whole circuit. It should be about 12 pieces of equipment. and I would do one good hard work set. I would move the weight relatively slow. I like a slow rep cadence of maybe you're lifting the weight with a 1, 2, you're lowering the weight for about 3 seconds. That's a great way to get started. But if you're more familiar with working out, you can go into a whole free weight type thing. I would go biggest body parts to smallest. Like you can do your squat, you can do your lunges. For example, you do your calf raises. Then I would do like a bench press, maybe like a fly. You can do like a cedar row, lat pull down, shoulder press, lateral raise, bicep curl, tricep extension, and then you can train your core. You can do your abdominal work at the end of that. That's if you know what you're doing. But there's a lot of videos. I'm gonna link up some videos I did about like some good weight training routines you can do when you're over 40 or up. Now, if you're at home, I would keep it really simple. There's a couple things I would buy. I would buy maybe a set of those bands. Spree is a good manufacturer of those bands. And you're literally going to do things like just body weight squats. You're going to do wall squats, body weight lunges. You're going to use those bands. You can pretty much simulate any type of a high or low pulley with those bands. I'm going to link up some other videos I did about how to use these exercise bands, but there's some great videos on YouTube. Underneath this, I'm going to link up a lot of videos that I like about exercise technique when it comes to doing your resistance training. And I would recommend 2 full body workouts per week. Okay, now part 3 is that you have to do some type of dynamic movement. Now, what do I mean by that? That means you want to be able to move your body in all 3 planes of motion. For example, you want to be able to step forward, step side to side, step rotationally. Those are the 3 planes of motion. Now, if you are playing a sport, like say you're playing tennis once or twice a week, I don't think you have to do this. You're getting this. But if you're really not exercising at all, you've been really out of shape, you've been really sedentary, you want to get your body moving with some athleticism. You want to be able to move in all 3 planes of motion. And once again, I'm going to look up another video I did. I did this video many years ago. This is pretty much like a lunge drill where you're lunging forward, you're lunging laterally, and then you're lunging rotationally. That's going to get you moving in all 3 planes of motion. You don't have to do this too often. This is, once again, I would say this is an incredible warm-up. Maybe before you're doing your resistance training workout, you can just spend 5 minutes doing this dynamic movement drill. Then you can do this before you're doing your short, hard aerobics. And you can pretty much throw it in. But you want to do this, I would say, about 2 times. You want to do it twice per week. Now, the final component is you want to do some type of mobility movement. Like you want to be flexible, you want to be agile. And I really like more active type stretching where you're actually moving and you're actually contracting. Once again, I'm going to link up a bunch of videos I did on mobility movement. So you pretty much just want to be able to see how I'm just rolling my shoulders. You're actually stretching. Plus, when you're doing resistance work, you actually got stretching. Just think when one muscle is contracting, the antagonist, the opposing muscles are actually being stretched. Okay, but you do, like, I'm not a big fan of really like static stretching when, like a traditional type stretch where you'll put your heel up on a bench and lean forward. I don't think it really lasts. Or something like a passive stretch where someone's passively moving you into ranges of motion. I'm going to link up another video I did explaining all the different types of stretching, but I really like mobility movement and just active stretching. And this is something else that you do want to do this all the time, but this is my favorite way to cool down from every single workout. So after your short, hard aerobics, you want to do a little mobility movement. After your long, easy walk, spend 5 minutes doing some mobility movement. After your resistance training, do some active stretching. After you're doing your dynamic movement. So I recommend you do this all the time. Just take 5 minutes, but try to do different routines every single time. Okay, now let's just review and sum up this whole video by going over everything I recommend. You're going to do aerobics, right? You're going to do that short, hard cardio workout. You're going to do it twice a week. You're going to do long, easy aerobics as often as you can. 45 minutes to an hour. You're going to take these easy walks maybe twice a week. Now, either you can warm up by doing dynamic movement first, and you can cool down by doing those active stretches or mobility movement. Now you're gonna do full body resistance training workouts maybe twice per week, 20 to 30 minutes, okay? You can warm up once again with that dynamic movement drill, and then you're gonna cool down with some mobility movement and some active type stretching. Okay, well that's the whole routine. I know it's pretty simple. You have to do a little bit of research, and you have to look up some of the exercises just to get technique from it, but take the time to do it. It doesn't take much. And we didn't really address diet. I'm going to make another video address diet, but check out my YouTube channel. Check out my channel. I got so many great videos. I'm a big believer in that intermittent fasting. I'm pretty much like a moderate carbohydrate eater. You know, you have to work on your diet. You can't try to control your weight only with exercise. It's a losing battle. So work on the diet too. Okay. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, if you're really out of shape and you're really having a hard time, leave some comments. I'll help you any way I can. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day.